Hi there and welcome to Beck's Bug Out Survivor and Stay. We have some agriculture going on over there. That's what the noise is, it's the tractors. I'm sure we can work around that. Today is very simple. It's a new hammock. I've got the Snugpak hammock. A lot lighter, a lot smaller, a lot more compact. And I've jerry-rigged a car boot find for an underblanket. Okay, we're behind the field where all the agriculture is happening. So bear with it, because I'm going to take the pack off. We're going to have a look at what it is that's changed in the kit. I've lightened the hammock system down. Not only have I lightened it, but it's a lot more compact is what I really wanted, is for it to be compact. I'll work on lightening the kit. I have got a lightweight under blanket for the hammock. It's a down under quilt, but I can't get it working. These two trees will do, but none of this is going to make sense until we dive into here and have a look at what's changed. So I bought out the Snugpak kit monster, and this holds everything and more for a hammock setup. I bought out a lot more than I'd usually carry out, mostly for demonstration purposes. A couple of stuff sacks, we'll come to them in a minute. Here is my usual hammock, and it's by 10th Wonder, and if I try and roll it up and compact it, that's a fair old size. Of course, compared to the Snugpak, this is the tropical hammock. This is the one without the mosquito net. So there you go, there's the comparison. It's even smaller than the DD with the bug net. There's the compression sack for that, and there's the tropical hammock side by side there. And this is just a little case that it comes in. You don't need it, but I will use this little case with a mesh on one side, a wash kit, a food rations kit, anything you like. Now look at the size of this. Now this has got the suspension in this. I've swapped out one of the suspension. It does come with a type of suspension. It's the paracord ladder with the knots tied down it. We've done it in another episode, but this time this comes with it. Here's my suspension. It's a similar kind of thing. There's a story behind it, I'll tell you that in a minute. I want to just quickly get this up because the real issue is the car boot under blanket DIY. I really want to just see if that even works. And this is the suspension. It's I'm not sure what brand this is, but it's a similar kind of thing. It's the old ladder suspension, but I have bought an extra beaner. Now the way this would usually work is minus the beaner, would go around the tree, and then this then would go through itself. It's similar to the Python straps that are available. Like I said, this is from China, this strap. I'm going to show you how to properly do it, but with a couple of extra beaners, 13 quid for two, mountain climbing, rock climbing grade. I'd wrap the unbanded side around the tree. And I pass it through one of the loops. So here's one loop. Pass the other end through, position it, and pull tight like that, so it's run through itself. And then the other end here, beaners onto the end of the hammock. That gives about 2.5, no, maybe 3 foot here of hang. But here's the way I'm doing it with that beaner. So instead of that, thorn in my finger, if I don't get that out it's going to hurt. Okay, let's get this beaner out my pocket, and this goes on to one end like that, and I simply hook that straight in, pull tight, nice and taut there. Really this is only for quick release if I need it in the night. This can go onto my hammock now on this end using the beaner. So here's the Snugpak Tropical, the beaner. I can tie to an end of this suspension, and I can adjust it to length later. Like I said, I've still got a quick release system here in the night. Just unclip that. And it's exactly the same on the other side. I can pull everything out. It's not a stuff sack. The stuff sack is actually sewn on, so it makes into a handy little pocket. Other side is much the same, only like I said, it has this kind of ladder on a paracord as the other one. I'm just going to put this on that other tree over there. It's on its maximum now, and it's quite a span of tree this. I've got 2.7 metres on the Snugpak here, so one lot of suspension is just enough. Yeah, it's quite a span. I'd usually choose a lot shorter span, but for demonstration purposes it's hard to get any good light here, but we'll have a look at it. And there you go, this is the Python type strap. Here's the Snugpak Tropical, and there's the tractor in the background. I told you we're not going to have it easy. I'm going to try find you some better light for this. It's quite unforgiving, this woodland, for light. There's a lot of give in this. Might just see if I can bring it up a bit. Can easily adjust it to the next one up. Wow, there's a lot of give in this. I'm nearly sat on the floor. I'm going to have to adjust this other end and bring it up a lot more. I think, well, this is stretchy as it is, this material, but I'll see if I can adjust the strap. Try again with a different idea. I think, can't get in you, little bugger. Right, that's it. I think to make this work now, I'm going to have to come a lot higher up, certainly overhead height. If I do the same the other end, then we'll see what we've got now. So this is it. Both have been levered to head height on the suspension. Look how high it is, but when I get in, hopefully I can be in a seated position. This is about the height that I like. Well, 2.7 metres is enough. Nice OD colour. blends in well. And I'll tell you a story about the strap behind me. Okay, let's go and have a look at the strap that I've got. This is it. It's a length of material with these loops, and these loops run all the way up here at intervals of what looks like about 4 inches, maybe 4.5, and I can hook the beaner into whichever one suits. Similar kind of deal on the other end, only this is what Snugpak gives you. It's a section of paracord with knots tied in, and you choose which knot you want to put the beaner on. So I hear you saying, why haven't I got the other one on the other end, the other suspension? And the answer's simple. I ordered the strap and I only got one. You'd think they'd sell them in pairs. I assumed they were going to be sold in a pair, but they didn't. Instead, they sold them singularly. So I've had to reorder another one from China. It takes 28 days to get here. It took 28 days for that to get here. And that's the story of the hammock strap. I'm going to try this setup again. Now this is a two-part little episode, because last week I was on the car boot and I found something that I thought I could adapt into an underblanket for this. And it's one of them things that goes on the windscreen of a car, a reflective material, but on the inside it's got this lovely velvet, plush velvet material. And I've got a new kind of over blanket, smaller than a sleeping bag, or it's a lovely little blanket, and I got that off the market for about a tenner. So if you're looking at a top blanket, perhaps think about what I've got here. Let's have a look in the pack and I'll show you where I'm up to with the underblanket. It's a bit of a DIY project. I think you're going to like it. Oh, swig of water. Oh. Okay, where are we up to? This is it. That's its size, hand's width by fingertip to elbow. That could easily be stowed underneath your pack or on top of it. It doesn't have to go in. I've just put everything into the old kit monster for convenience. Want to try and get that underneath. I've started the project off already. It should be easy to get on just alone with these bungee cords. In it goes. Same the other end. But first, look at this material. It's a plush velvet. These grommets would have originally had sucker cups to stick to the car window, but instead I want to see if I can jerry rig a type of underblanket and the reflective material here will radiate my body heat back to me in the night. Lovely velvet material, keep me warm on the inside, reflective insulation on the outside. I've never tried getting into this. I don't know what it's going to be like. There's still enough give on the bungees. Which way shall I lie? Don't suppose it matters. Just this. Yeah, it's hanging a little loose here. I've made a channel for this on this side, and I've also made it so it'll gather up on both ends. So let's have a quick look at the gathered end. I've crudely jerry-rigged up a type of gather here on paracord and gaffer tape. Oh, let's give that a good pull. And there as well. It will in the end have cinch cords. There it is, it gathered it all in here, and this loose bit I've added a type of channel here, so rather than the bungee cord sat in that grommet, let's take that out and put it onto a channel line. The channel I've built again with gaffer tape, and that's fixed, and it comes on to a bungee which goes on to the end of the suspension up there. This might work. I'm going to do the other end because I have channeled it. Again, I just unhook from there, put it into there, and tighten up the ends. Now there is a gaffer tape on the market which is extra strong. It's looking better. It's so strong it's hard to get off the reel, so I didn't want to make a mistake with that kind of tape, so I'm using just ordinary ducting tape. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to have to stop this section of the video to bring you an idiot's warning. An idiot is about to sit in the underblanket and miss the hammock completely. There's so much pressure on this bungee that it's actually bent all this out of shape. These were off the market, by the way, they're only £1. I didn't want any body weight on this, so I'm going to unrig it for now and come back to it. Okay, if I'm honest with you, I'm really gutted that didn't work out first time, but it's worth experimenting to know where the problems lie, and cheap little hooks like this doesn't work. There's far too much tension on the underblanket. I'm going to sit down. Little disappointed there. I'm going to have a rethink. One of the edges up there was put on with shock cord. Perhaps that would have been better, and to give it a lot more stretch. Perhaps the whole lot needs to be put on shock cord, a little like a real underblanket. I have got a down underblanket and I can't get that to work either. It just sags underneath. There's too much sag. I have taken it out and I froze. It's second or third day of summer here in the UK, and the temperature is not brilliant, to say the least. It's there's a bit of a chill. The Snugpak Tropical has a lot of stretch in it. It is lightweight and doesn't take up much volume in your kit, so I'll bear with it. I'm going to have to remember to put them straps above head height, get it as taut as I can, and then I should be alright. I've got to wait for the other strap to come as well from China. Another 28 days wait on that. That's going to be summer nearly over in this country. I'm going to just try that quilt on the inside. I don't know if it'll do any good at all. Originally, when I said I found this on the car boot, the lady who was selling this wasn't actually selling it. She was selling things off it. This was laid out on the ground and she had ornaments and whatnots on it. This isn't going to work either. No, this is far too awkward. It has to be an underquilt. It's got to work as one. There's no going back on this now. If I thought for a minute this would work, I'd sew the damn thing in. Frustration gets to you. You can't win them all. Like I said, I'm not giving up on this. I know what the problem is now. The elastic was not stretchy enough. I have some loose shock cord, not on me, but at home. I'm going to go through the rest of the gear. Now, the top section, some people use top quilt. I use, like I said, it's a fox fur, and that's spelled F-A-U-X. It's like a throw that you'd put on your sofa, or some people do that, but these are delicious to use as a top quilt. Pretty lightweight, 10 quid off the market, brand new. Lovely material there. I'm going to use this as a quilt now and just see if this is going to work. This is doubled over, so I've got a similar kind of double insulation, and I can tuck it right in and under. I think this is an option, at least for 3 seasons. I do like it. It's going to be a lot cheaper than a down top quilt. Oh, this is really nice, boys and girls. Really nice. So there's the top section sorted. This fits into the British Army jungle bag compression sack. This won't be to everyone's cup of tea using a fox fur. It's certainly my cup of tea, though, I can tell you that. I'm not going to fork out over 100 quid for a blanket, I can tell you that right now. I'm not going to do it. But there is another option for those of you who don't like this one, and the option is to use a sleep suit instead of a sleeping bag or top quilt. There you go, it's a tight fit, but it's in. Now usually I don't use stuff sacks, I just put everything into the kit monster. It has compression straps and the whole bag itself is one giant compression kit bag. Okay, the sleep suit I have is, I'm pretty sure that's Snugpak as well. I think it's the softy suit. Here I have the trouser section for it in its compression sack again. I don't have the compression sack for the jacket part of this. I will find one again. This would be, instead of using a top blanket, slip this on, Simon Cowell style up here. Jacket I haven't got with me, that's at home. Another thing that I found, I do have a consumer version of this. This is the British Army version of an inflatable mat. It's 3/4 length, and mats are pretty good at insulating, but they're not very cosy in a hammock because they slide about all over the place. Give it a few minutes and this will fill up with air, but to save time, a few breaths into this and we'll pop it in. Got softy trousers and hopefully on the mat or that higher up on my back. It's quite narrow. It will take away the cold spots because I do marry my Snugpak hammock to a Snugpak cocoon, a massive sleeping bag that fits the length of your hammock. I've only used it once so far and it doubles up as a sleeping bag, that, and with the fox fur in it as well and a kit mat, it makes a great little sleeping bag. And the pack size is very, very similar to a synthetic sleeping bag, but it's 3 meters long. It does work as a sleeping bag in its own right. Let me compress this. Just under 2 kilos. I don't mind carrying that. I do want to try and make a lightweight kit. I do have a down under quilt. I need to get that working, but there's so much sag underneath because I think the cord on it is too thin, too much stretch, and the weight just pushes it down. It sits on the floor. I'm not very good with these under blankets, I've got to be honest with you. I don't have good success with them. That's why I'm not spending any more money on them. That silver reflective, I've got to get that working. I built a channel for it. There's too much tension on it. Okay, I'll let you into a little secret. These softy trousers I'm wearing here are meant to be a level 7 type of deal, where you wear them on the outside like I'm doing now. Little camping secret for you is I wear these straight onto my skin with a pair of trousers over these, and I have been out camping on the ground in the snow and I have been toasty, proper toasty with these. Wearing them as a level 7 outer layer is up to you if you want to do that. It's just worth a thought. Put them straight next to your skin. It's a very similar material to a sleeping bag, and that's a little secret I'll share with you there. If I do choose to go with the softy, I won't need the fox fur fleece. That's F-A-U-X, fox fur, however it's pronounced. So this won't be required in the kit. Obviously this big hammock, there's no stretch in this hammock at all. I'm only swapping it out to save volume in the kit, not to save weight. So I'm not bothered about the weight. The whole lot here can't be more than just a few kilos. That leaves me with the Sagasso top. That's a must. That's staying, because I can velcro up the ends in the storm and it keeps a lot of heat in. That leaves me the Snugpak cocoon. That's staying in. I like that a lot because it's so simple. And I'm going to really have to choose. Now this, it's not particularly heavy, the fox fur, but it is a little bulky. No weight and no bulk to the softy trousers. And this mat here, the self-inflating British Army mat, there's not a lot of weight there either. The only reason I'm thinking of the air mat at all is at 5 degrees Celsius I hit a very fractional temperature differential where it dipped, and it made cold spots just underneath on my back, even with that Snugpak cocoon. I don't want to over-analyse this episode really. I wanted that reflective underblanket to work. Que sera if it doesn't, I'm not too bothered. I'll just go with the kit mat. So, kit mat, Snugpak tropical hammock. I'm still waiting for one of the straps to come from China. I'll keep them. A lot of stretch in this, don't forget. The cocoon and the tarp, that's me done. That is lightweight. By the way, the Snugpak Tropical is coming in at 590 grams, and it's compact. I won't be bringing this out as anything other than for sundries. Might keep dirty underpants in there, you don't know. So the lightweight system is really light now. Snugpak Tropical, the lightweight section of secondary insulation is that mat, the cocoon, and Snugpak softies. That's all lightweight. So it's a real quick little update to last time I was out this episode, and just to bring you up to speed of where I'm at with the secondary insulation. I do have a winter secondary insulation for ratting and squirreling, you know, being on ground and in a hammock. That's going to be a little bulky, not cheap, and it's certainly not lightweight, but guaranteed definite warmth and comfort for the winter. And that episode will be filmed in the winter. But first I've got to try that. I don't want to give up on the idea of that radiant heat mat. I will try and get that working. I've got a problem solve first up here, get the old grey matter going. There's not a lot of that left. Okay, I said it was going to be a quick little episode just to bring you up to speed, and I hope you enjoyed watching the ideas. Don't forget, if you're good with these underblankets and you know what I've done wrong with making that mat, the underblanket, don't forget, you can always type away, pop it in the box below. I'll read it, and if I like that idea, I'll give it a go. I've already put channel lines in with paracord, and I've hooked them onto a bungee onto the suspension. Perhaps it should all be shock cord. Whether that would work, I don't know. Like you saw, it does have channels either end as well, so I can cinch on them and get them down. Like I said, if you're good with these underblankets, get it in the box, let me know. Okay, that's me done for the day. Until next time, take care of yourself, safe camping, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous.